Hey guys, it's yours truly, Music Clues here.
Hey, subscribers! PT10 here.
Hey everyone, Jart here.
And welcome back. Well, that didn't take too long. That's probably the shortest time we've done a prediction video in quite some time. But as we said before, we are back with our Game Awards predictions leading up to the Game Awards, and this time we are doing a post prediction reaction. Now that we know the nominees for the Game Awards themselves, and we're also going to go over what we predicted in our previous video. So those who didn't watch it, no worries, we'll get you up, and we'll tell you if we were right or wrong on our predictions for those.
That's right.
So, yeah. Of course, we'll save the final one, Game of the Year, for last, because, duh.
Yup.
But first things first, let's get started. First, let's get started with. Let's see. We'll go ahead and start off with best game direction.
Best game direction.
I don't believe we predicted anything for that one, so I'll just lead off the nominees.
Yup.
So the nominees are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and of course, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes.
And so after I name off the nominees, we're all gonna name off our predictions on which one is gonna win this category. So, Jart, which one do you think is gonna win this one?
I'm going with Tears of the Kingdom.
Alright.
Fair enough.
Let me see. There we go. I have it right here. So, best game direction. Honestly, I might go with Super Mario Bros. Wonder on this one.
I see. I might be going with Baldur's Gate 3, but Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Zelda are also good choices. I'm not sure exactly about Alan Wake 2. I have not played the game. As far as I'm aware, I think it's only on PC. It might be on a console. I'm not sure. And then Marvel Spider-Man 2. I don't even know all that much since I haven't even remotely touched the game. So you guys can let us know in the comments below if you definitely think it deserves best game direction or something. But I think all those choices are pretty valid choices. So let's move on to best adaptation. This is a category they started to do last year for best video game adaptation, whether it be movie or a show. And this year our nominees are Castlevania
Nocturne?
Jart said. By Powerhouse Animation, same people I believe that helped out was I can't remember what else they did. But it's a Netflix exclusive in case you guys didn't know. Gran Turismo based on a true story from PlayStation Productions and Sony Pictures. The Last of Us from PlayStation Productions and HBO. The Super Mario Bros. Movie by Illumination, Nintendo, and Universal Pictures. And, of course, Twisted Metal, again by Sony PlayStation Productions, and this time Peacock. So, since we know a little bit more about this particular category, which ones do you guys predict? Ethan, you can start this time, and then tell me why.
All right. I would say I only know is the four of them, but the two I haven't watched, and the other two I did. And one was Castlevania. I haven't heard and seen yet. I mean, I know the previous adaptation to it, but for this time, I'm gonna go off with the ones I know so far. I would say, for my prediction for the best adaptation, I would say the Super Mario Bros. Movie. For those reasons. The reason is that the animation was good than the rest. Not to say the live actions don't do well in what you call animation stuff, but the thing is, the story of it was really well written. And I know Twisted Metal was kind of a little confusing because maybe people just didn't play the game and to know the better story. But the Mario, though, they must knew about what that movie looks like and the characters. But to me, there are some aspects they must have, like, they put in like a lot of these Yu-Gi references than the rest of the couple ones I know. So, other than that, that's why it's my choice for the winner.
Gotcha. Okay, I predict Super Mario Brothers Movie 2. To add on to what Ethan just said, one of the reasons is because the movie has been extremely popular amongst fans, Mario and otherwise. And people have been enjoying the movie. In fact, it's even coming to Netflix this upcoming December. So safe to say that it's a big hit.
Yep.
I also think that it is just one of my favorite movies. Obviously, won't replace Sonic for me, but it's definitely one of my favorites. And yeah, I just think that out of all the adaptations that we've seen this year, it's definitely probably the most likely candidate to win. So yeah, the Super Mario Brothers movie. But what about you, Jay? What do you predict?
I think I'm going to have to go with Super Mario Bros. As well.
Well, that's a pretty fair prediction. Okay, then. All right. Next up, we're going to move on to Best Narrative, which I do believe we predicted, if I'm correct, or no, we did not predict that one. Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, so Best Narrative. We have Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16, and Marvel's Spider-Man 2. So, what do you predict, Jart?
Okay, so the only game I've only played for like a little bit is Final Fantasy 16, and since I've also been hearing some good things on Baldur's Gate 3.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Boulder Gate 3 on this one.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
Okay, that's a pretty good prediction. I think I pretty much know which one you're gonna be choosing, Ethan.
Okay, let's get to this first. Yes, Final Fantasy 16 does have a good story and all, but the only problem is, what does the people in the gaming community think? Well, it does have a good story. I think it's a good story, but the only problem is that really good enough to actually be the best narrative? I don't know about that, because I can expect there's other games out there will do more than just I've seen so far. But I know about Marvel Spider-Man 2, even if I didn't play it. But I cannot say what I know, because there will be a spoiler alert. I don't want to say a word. I already know what it's like. So, honestly, I will say I might have to agree with JR on this one. I'm going with Baldur's Gate 3, just to be on the safe side.
Fair enough. That's a very fair one. Fair one. Yeah, I know about the story about Spider-Man. Bit about Spider-Man 2 story as well. I won't say anything, obviously, for those who have not seen it, but yeah, you might, I'll just say you like it or hate it, depending on what you think of the first game. But yeah. Baldur's Gate 3, that's a good prediction for both of you. I think I'm probably going to go with you and also predict Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win Best Narrative.
Well, that's because I heard it from other people in real life. I cannot say who specifically. I even heard that it's a good story, good dialogues. Those are one of my reasons why I chose it.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Best Art Direction. Which,
we didn't predict that one.
We did not predict that one?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. In that case, I'll just go over the nominees. So, Best Art Direction goes, we have Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Woo, boy. This one's kind of tough. I'm not sure which one I should choose. 3 of those games are very good.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I think I would probably have to go with. I want to say Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I really do like the art style for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Don't get me wrong, but I can't lie. I kind of like the comic book style of Hi-Fi Rush, so I'm probably going to predict Hi-Fi Rush is going to win that category.
Good choice.
All right. And to explain my answer, my predictions, because the art style that we see for Hi-Fi Rush is somewhat similar to what you would see in a comic book really, and that's something I don't really see all that often in a video game, so I'm kind of more drawn to it than more than I usually would. So I really do like that kind of aesthetic.
Yep.
Now, your turn, JR. Which one do you think is going to make game? Which one do you think is going to make best art direction?
I'm gonna go with Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Ooh, good choice. Good choice. Why Super Mario Bros. Wonder?
Well, when I got to play it, when we got to play it for the first time, and I really like how you go into the Wonder World and everything's like so like wacky and stuff, and like for example the Piranha Plants one.
Yeah, slight spoiler alert. They're singing Piranha Plants in the second level. Can't say I saw that coming.
That's right.
Yep. And there's and then the way it looks and the way it plays, including the animation and stuff with the characters, it's a nice change for for a 2D Mario game. So that's why I'm going with it.
Yeah, that's totally
fair enough.
That's totally valid, dude. That's totally valid.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, now your turn, Ethan. Ethan, what would you choose?
All right. Okay, so I know Lies of P since I did live stream it one time for the channel, and honestly, I did see what it looks like. No offense, but it's part typical, just like the other games. Like, it's not like I don't know, it's like Dark Souls or something like that. But other than that, the art, yes, it may look good at all, but I don't think it'll be enough to at least beat the other games. In Hi-Fi Rush, yes, it does have a comic book like in there, and it does have like a cool art design, so I can see that. Way in Wake 2, never seen and never heard until, I mean, I heard of it, but I never like seen what it looks, so I can't say much. I do know about Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Smile Wonder. So, for this, for the winner prediction, I'm going to have to go with the MC Hi-Fi Rush. Just be the sake of it.
Ah, I see. Nice prediction. Okay. Now for one of the ones that gets hotly debated on a lot of social media sites. Best scoring music. Now, I ain't called Music Clues, but I have not listened to anything on this list. There's probably maybe like one or two titles. So, feel free in the comment section to let me know what the soundtrack is like below. Because I possibly might not get around to it. Anyways, best score music goes to nominees are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. This one's gonna be a little hard for me for the last two because I do like Zelda, but they still do not have open world music, and it's bugging me a lot. You would think they would have learned from the last one, but yeah, not exactly. Well, let's just say I'm not a big fan of that design choice. That said, though, the music that is in the game at certain sections of the game is good. Do I like it over Hi-Fi Rush? No. So Hi-Fi Rush is my personal prediction for winning this one.
Fair enough.
All right, JR, what do you think is going to be the winner here?
Well, well, I can already predict what the other soundtracks for the other games sound like. Like Alan Wake 2, it's a horror mystery soundtrack is definitely what they're going to go with. And Baldur's Gate 3, it's action adventure, so obviously it's some action adventure music. Final Fantasy 16, I have heard of it, and I do like it. Hi-Fi Rush, I remember hearing like a little bit, but I don't quite remember much. And as for Tears of the Kingdom, if anything, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like similar to Breath of the Wild. So
you're not too far off from that one. I will say that.
So for the sake of it, I'm gonna have to go with. I think I might have to go with Hi-Fi Rush on this one.
All right, fair enough.
Good one.
Fair enough. All right.
That's good.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Your turn, Ethan. What about you?
Okay. So I don't even know about the first two, but later on I have to listen to Baldur's Gate 3 to see what it sounds. But I'm sure it's good, but I haven't heard much from the Alan Wake 2, so I can't say much in the first two. But the last three, yes, I can, for sure. So, Final Fantasy 16, I'm going to be honest with you guys, since I did play the game all the way through this year, I can tell you right now, it is brilliant. They just have some kind of like the courses in there, and there are some aspects of the game when you're facing against bosses. It just gives you the chills. It gives you you go, all right, I'm ready to win to this battle feeling. I just like that feeling when I've been in battle. So yeah, so that's what I remembered. And Hi-Fi Rush, yes, I do remember there were some good beats. Like even at times when you play the game, yeah, you get it when you try to hit with your weapon, you have to hit the beats every time you hear a beat sound. And then you go bam, 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 something like that. That's what it reminds me of. But this is good though. And those are Tears of the Kingdom. I have heard this one. Honestly, there is no way it's gonna win. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'll be surprised if this wins. So, yes. So, between the first two, I would say, between Final Fantasy and Hi-Fi Rush, this is the closest I can get out of the two. And out of those two, I will predict, after I know all those two, I'm going to have to go up and wild guess in this ward. I give it to Final Fantasy 16.
Fair enough. Good prediction. All right, then. Okay, so we're going to move around a little bit, and we'll come back to Best Audio Design in a little bit. But we're going to move along to Best Action Game. So I believe this is the first one that we predicted.
All right, let's take a look. What we predicted.
Okay, so for Jart, he predicted Final Fantasy 16, that game that shall not be named, and Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. For Ethan, he predicted Star Wars Jedi Survivor and Liza P. And I predicted Hi-Fi Rush. So, the nominees are Armored Core 6, Dead Island 2, Ghost Runners 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2. So, I ended up being right. But JR and Ethan ended up being wrong on that one. So,
yeah,
they were good guesses, though.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I totally forgot about Armored Core.
I know, right?
Me too.
I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting the game, for crying out loud. What is it? But yeah. So predictions then. What do you guys think is gonna win? Let's start with you, JR.
Me, I'm gonna go with Armored Core 6.
It's a good one.
That's a good choice. Okay, personally for me, obviously this is probably going to be a little bit biased, but Hi-Fi Rush, mainly because I do love the music action, and we barely get that as is. So, music games in general, that isn't just dance, that is. So, yeah, definitely going with that one. And what about you, Ethan M?
Only I know the two, except the other three. So, I also gonna have to go with where JR is at too. So, out of the two I know, I would say Armored Core 6 will have a chance in this one, just because. Well, yeah, you got the megas in action, and sometimes you give yourself a thrilling moment when you're facing against the harder bosses or harder, not sub bosses, just bosses in general. It gives you okay, I gotta strategize, I gotta be careful, something like that. So that's why I go with Armored Core 6.
Fair enough. All right, now best action adventure game. The nominees are Alan Wake 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. So you were right on some of the guesses, guys. Just the wrong category.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, so best action adventure. All right. We'll start with you this time, Ethan N. What do you think is going to be the winner for best action adventure and why?
All right. For this one, I do know about Resident Evil 4 in some aspects, but that's from trailers. I haven't seen gameplay, but I would have to go off what I know so far. Awake 2, I don't know much. Marvel Spider-Man 2, I do know. And Star Wars Jedi Survivor, of course I know. And Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, I also do know. So I'm gonna also say that there's only maybe more likely 4 can possibly take the win in this one, except for the other one. But unless I could be wrong, proven to be wrong, of course. So, okay, now this is gonna be a hard one because I know all good. I've seen it all, but Spider-Man, I would be surprised if it wins because, no offense, it's almost just like the PS4 version of it, the first game, and the Miles Morales. So, for this, I will go up predict that Legends of the Tears of the Kingdom will take this one.
Interesting choice. Okay. What about you, Jart?
I am going with Tears of the Kingdom because from what I can remember from the trailer from a while back before before this game even came out, you can do like a lot of things. You can fly, you can do some other stuff as well, and with this you can play it like any style you want, like and and pretty much it's like your choice whether you want to do. You have like a variety of weapons and things to do to outsmart your enemies and bosses. So that's why I'm going to go with Tears of the Kingdom.
Fair enough.
Very good.
All right. I do think all of these titles definitely probably have a spot. They all have their places, and I've heard great things about their gameplay. Obviously, I played Tears of the Kingdom, as many of you know on the channel. But I'm going to go off the conventional route and say Resident Evil 4 only because it definitely seems like there's a good reason why a lot of people like this one. And you'll know why in a little bit, guys.
Fair. That's a good prediction.
All right. Now, we are on to Best RPG, which we also predicted.
Now, there we go. Yes, we did. And what? Okay, there it is. I see it.
Okay. So, Best RPG. Ethan predicted Final Fantasy 16 and Baldur's Gate 3. I didn't predict anything from that category. And then J. Art predicted Fire Emblem Engaged and Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Ethan got 2 of them right.
Correct.
The nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Liza P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield.
Oh boy.
Alright, so yeah, no Fire Emblem. Shocker. Usually it's in this category.
Yeah, for some reason, Starfield.
Yeah. Okay.
Well. Then. What?
Okay then. All right. I'll start with you, Jay. Which one do you think is gonna win?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Fair enough. I'm
Good prediction.
I'm predicting Sea of Stars. Baldur's Gate 3 is definitely a big one, but I have not seen a pixel game make it into the Game Awards this high and against this much stacked competition since Shovel Knight made the Game Awards. And that was a while back, if you guys remember that.
But yeah.
I definitely think Sea of Stars definitely has a good chance to, only because I've heard and I played it myself, great things about it. So
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. Your choice. Your turn, Ethan. And what do you predict?
All right. All I know is, I would say I know the gameplay wise, 3 of them, but except the 2. But I know Final Fantasy 16 is one of my favorite RPGs in this category. I've seen Starfield, but I hate to say this, but it probably doesn't have the best chance than I thought it is, because there are people out there saying it. You have to wait until like more than 5 hours at least to get to the best part of it. So that stinks. But I'm gonna go off with also on this one, since Baldur's Gate 3 did win the Golden Joysticks for that category, I also will predict that this will take all the Game Awards again in this category. I say Baldur's Gate 3 as well.
Okay. Good prediction. All right. Now, next is Best Fighting Game. So in this, for this category, we predicted Ethan and Jart predicted one game each. Ethan predicted Mortal Kombat 1, and Jart predicted Street Fighter 6. And you guys ended up being both right.
Wow,
That's
it's like
kind of
we're
obvious,
geniuses or
though.
something.
Yeah. Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say, JR?
Wow, it's like we're geniuses or something. It's like we already knew that they were going to be picks.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Well, that's kind of obvious for our Best Fighting Game, though. No offense, but that one's kind of easy to guess.
True. But nominees are God of Rock, which I had not heard until
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Never heard it.
Yeah, and then not until the Game Awards did I hear about this one. Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, which just released...
I do know that one.
Which just released literally, I believe, about not even a week ago. Pocket Bravely, which, of course...
Never heard it.
I've never heard. And then, of course, Street Fighter 6. I think it's pretty safe to say that this is pretty much a Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter situation. So, I mean, no offense to Nick All-Star Brawl 2. I have not played it myself. I've heard great things about it, even from reviewers and critics, but haven't exactly played it yet, so I don't want to say anything. But due to the fact that it did just release recently, I really don't think it has a big chance. So, that being said, which one do you guys predict is going to win? We'll start with you, JR. Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
Okay, well... let me start off with this first. God of Rock, never heard of it. Sounds dumb. Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl 2. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like the first game, but I don't know. Never. I'll have to see some gameplay about that. Pocket Bravery, never heard of that. That sounds like a iPhone game.
Yep.
Mortal Kombat 1. Well, let me say this. The story is dumb. The combat is boring. And 3, I never got the game.
Ooh,
And 4, I don't really care for it. And 5 is a stupid title. So I'm going with Street Fighter 6.
good one.
Fair enough.
That game's a lot more fun to play with, even with some online problems. Even though I don't play online, but yeah, I'm going with Street Fighter 6.
Yep, that's totally fair. All right. All right. Now, Ethan and you have actually played both titles, so this one's probably going to be hard for you.
Oh, I will know which one's gonna win though. But I'll do say this though. Just bring up here, as me and MC we watched the Golden Joysticks and this category. Guess what game won over there? Mortal Kombat 1 won that time. I was like, what? How did it win? What?
People don't have brains. That's why.
What's up?
No, Ethan, and you can continue.
Anyway, so that's okay. So in this one, let's see if it changes direction this time, because I'm sure this time around, I'm sure people are gonna say that Street Fighter 6 will probably be better than Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah, sure, you got the DLC, but let me tell you right now, folks, my prediction. When I hear about this voice actor who's originally going to be in the DLC for Mortal Kombat 1, not the latest character from Invisible, I'm talking about the next character after that. I think it was called Homelander. I just correct me if I'm wrong, please.
It is Homelander.
Alright, what's up?
It is Homelander.
Alright, okay. So, guess what happened, though? The original voice actor for that character, unfortunately, is not going to be voiced in this one. And that kind of hurts.
Yeah. I can see why that might not. I doubt it's going to hurt Mortal Kombat, really, but we'll have to wait and see what happens.
It could, you never know. But I wouldn't say that badly. I would say a minor one. Just be on the safe side.
Fair enough.
Just a minor.
But yeah, Street Fighter...
So... Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Let's see. Okay, so go ahead.
No, you first.
Anyway, I'm going to go up and throw it out. Just get it over with. I'm going to have to go with, for this one, since this is a UK base, not UK, this is the more of US base this time. So I'm going to definitely say Street Fighter 6 will take the win this time.
I'm probably going to have to go and agree with Street Fighter 6 as well. Now, that being said, what Capcom said about mods earlier, in case you didn't hear, I'll hopefully find an article on this so I can leave it. Well, but they didn't exactly make the fan base happy, so they do have a point against that too. But other than that, Street Fighter 6 has had plenty of support. A lot of people seem to have enjoyed the game. Even before launch, a lot of people enjoyed the game too. So yeah, as someone who likes Street Fighter and definitely thinks it's deserved, I do think that Street Fighter 6 is one of the better games that have come out. Now, whether that stacks against Tekken 8 when it releases, we'll have to wait and see. But I do think that Street Fighter 6 is probably going to walk away with this one. All right, best family game, which we also predicted.
Oh, those are good guesses. We did last time.
Okay, so best family game. Ethan predicted Pikmin 4 and Disney Speedstorm, and Jay Art predicted Sonic Superstars, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Party Animals. You guys,
those are good, man.
You got all but one, guys.
So I'll say this though, I got one wrong, and I wasn't surprised about that one. But Pikmin 4, I knew it's gonna make it in. I knew it.
So nominees are Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder. All right, guys. Guys. All right, JR, you first. Which one do you think is going to win Best Family?
For Best Family, I'm going with Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Good one.
Fair prediction. Fair prediction. Now, many of you know I'm a Sonic fan, but I can't and say that Sonic will win this category, even though I did vote for Sonic Superstars. Sonic Superstars isn't exactly one of the fan favorites currently. Depending on who you ask, again. So yeah, it's gonna. There's some decisions that made the game kind of a little, even in my opinion. So I will say that as much as I do want Sonic Superstars to win, that I think it's probably going to go to Super Mario Brothers Wonder. No contest.
All right. Very good.
That being said, Sonic being in the category next to Mario is something I never imagined years ago. So keep it up, Sega. You're getting there. One of these days, there will be Game of the Year with Sonic.
That's right.
But that time is not yet. All right.
It's okay, though.
All right. What about you, Ethan? What do you predict?
All right. So all I only know is the last three, but not the first two. Well, I did heard about the first game on the top, but I can't say for sure. Party Animals, never heard of it until this nomination. So, okay, I do know the three at least. Pikmin 4. I like the atmosphere of the game. I like how they put in a lot of effort to make it like you're in the real world, but you're in a different universe. I like how they do it though with this one. And Sonic Superstars. Yes, I like the animation of it too, but unfortunately, not trying to sound like I'm not a Sonic fan. I'm gonna be honest with you with this one. I don't know how many people are gonna able to support to win it all, but I think there's some support behind it. I can see it. I so can see it. But I'm sorry, Sonic fans, but it might be for another time. You can support who you want, which I would support it too if I had to, but for this one, I hate to say this, but it has no chance in this one. And for this Super Mario Wonder, yeah, I gotta say, I can see a lot of people are gonna give a lot of support for this one. I guarantee it'll win it all. So I would say either between Super Mario or Pikmin 4. For this one, I will have to go with you guys. Super Mario Wonder.
Fair enough. All right. Good prediction. Good predictions, guys. Good prediction. That's the first time, by the way, guys, in the history of the channel when we've done these predictions that any of us have gotten almost all the nominees right. So way to go, you two. All right.
Yup.
Nice Mario there, Jart.
That's pretty good.
All right. Next up is Best Sim and Strategy Game. We did not predict this one, but
we could go ahead and predict.
Yep. All right. So Best Sim and Strategy, we have Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, City Skylines 2, Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage, and Pikmin 4.
I said, that's it.
Okay. So, yeah, we have... I mean, I've heard a lot about City Skylines, so I don't doubt that it has a chance, but I'm not exactly sure how the reputation of the game is currently, so don't quote me on that. That being said, I don't think I've heard of Company of Heroes 3. free all that much. So it's definitely between all three of these Nintendo titles. And man, I am not exactly sure which one's gonna win.
Yep.
Because Advance Wars, this is the first time I believe in it. This history that's even gotten into a Game Award, so it would be pretty huge if it won.
Yep.
And Fire Emblem, well, it won Three Houses few years ago, so I don't think Ethan's gonna be as bugged because I was a Fire Emblem fan. In case you didn't know, if it doesn't win this one. And as for Pikmin 4, I mean, hard to argue that this game is definitely keeps you on your toes in terms of strategy and thinking fast on your feet. So I definitely think it has a good shot too. But in terms of what I predict to win, honestly, this is the one category I'm stuck on because any of these could be winners. But
you got it.
I'm gonna go off and hopefully say that Advance Wars 1 and 2 will hopefully win, because I do know a lot of people want more games in this series, so I think that one's going to get the most.
Yes, that's a good one.
All right, what about you, Jart?
I will also go with Advance Wars 1 and 2. Even though I had the game and I still have not played it, but from what I can remember, there's tanks, there's planes, there's battleships. It's literally Battleship, but with more stuff. That's how I see the game, and it was like 4 other people. It was 3 other people. Making it 4 multiplayer versus it. Pretty much, it's an advanced battlefield, or no, battleship, advanced battleship. So that's why I picked it.
All right, fair pick. All right, our resident strategist, Stephen N. What's your choice here?
All right. So obviously the other 2 I don't know, except 5 of them, Pikmin 4 and Advance Wars. I'm gonna go off the ones I know. I can't say for Cities, Skylines, and Company of Heroes 3. So don't expect me to be able to explain those. But for Finally Engage, okay, I do like the concept of how they bring in these classic found characters to life as those rings they bought into themselves. I forget what those called. But comment in the below what you remember, please. And I like the concept of that. But the problem is, I hate to be a burden news to you guys, but coming from somebody who knows every found games out there, this one's gotta be one of the weakest stories I have seen. I'm so sorry, but some of the characters are kind of iffy. Not the classics. No. Not Marth, not Lynn. I'm not talking about those characters. I'm talking about the original characters. So honestly, as of this time, I won't be as bitter as I was before, like MC just said. So there you go. Now I'll talk about Advance Wars. Honestly, in my side of things, I do want to win will be Advance Wars, just because I really just liked how the way they designed with just like the previous Found games, but they made it in a military way. I like the way they do it. And that's bringing a lot of new people to play the games, including me. So this is good. So, yeah. And I know the first 2, so there you go. And then Pikmin 4. Oh, man, I'll tell you about this game. It's really nice. You get to have the dog with you to help you in your little Pikmin adventure. So run around in the areas. Yes. So, okay. So since you guys predict Events Wars, I do want to win. I do want that to win, honestly. Personally, I want that one to win. But as for my prediction side of things, I got a good instinct saying Pigment Fort's going to win.
Okay. Good prediction. All right. But yeah. Okay, so those are some very good predictions from you two. All right. Next up, we have Best Sports and Racing Game, which we also predicted.
Yeah. So what we predicted.
This one we predicted. For this one, we had Disney Speedstorm and Monster Energy Supercross. Ethan predicted. I predicted Forza Motorsport, which is usually in this category, and Forza's usually here. And for Jart, he predicted the Crew Motorfest, F123, and F099. Well, he got two of them, and I got one of them. So, sorry, buddy, you lost this time.
It's okay. I thought that it's gonna be ridiculous, but it seems like Disney Speedstorm hasn't even got a nomination. Well, for maybe more likely one reason: microtransactions.
That kills a game. It can kill a game. All right, but in seriousness, Best Sports and Racing Game nominees are EA Sports FC 24, F123, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, and The Crew Motorfest, which I said I got from a friend. So, friend and tried it out. So I played these bottom three, so I can tell you what I think of all three games. Forza Motorsport, well, I haven't played that much of it. Heck, I still have to get my gameplay out of that. But in my personal opinion, I don't think it's gonna walk away with this one. I'm gonna be fair here. Simply because apparently the grind system for this game in particular is a little harder than what most Forza fans are used to, even with previous Forza Motorsport games. So I have a high doubt that this one's going to possibly be the first one that Forza will not walk away with. Hot Wheels Unleashed. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'd be surprised if this one walked away with an award. I'm not going to personally predict it because that's like for the dot on the window before then, but I would be surprised if it won, mainly because I do know the first game wasn't all that great as someone who owns that version, but Unleashed 2, in my opinion, is a little better. They actually have a bit of a story now, and it feels a lot faster than Unleashed 1. So, yeah. And then the Crew Motorfest, like I said, I bought it from a friend to play it. And honestly, okay, I'll give credit to you, Vasaf. So, I'm not a fan of the recent decisions and stuff, but I will say that this game in particular is pretty good. And I definitely think it is better from what I've heard about the Crew 2 and the original Crew. I think this one in particular is very, very good. So, personal prediction, I'm probably going to go with Forza, but I voted Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 because I would like to maybe see if how Hot Wheels will be active and actually won. So, we'll have to wait and see what happens, but that'd be interesting. All right. Jaya, what do you think?
I will have to go with Hot Wheels Unleashed as 2.
Good one.
See?
That's very good.
Right. Yeah. Since it seems like the underdog here, I figure why not give the underdog a chance?
There you go.
Hey, that's really fair, man. I understand that 100%. Right. And you, Ethan?
I already know only probably 2 or 3, but I haven't played Mortal Sport yet. So I'm going to go up and predict for the winner. I'm definitely going with the wild one. If I'm wrong, that's okay. I did my best. I say the Crew Mortarfest.
Okay. Good predictions. Okay. So, let's see. These next couple, I'm just gonna name off the nominees. No predictions, because there's not really too much for us to predict. I'm gonna be fair here. But for these next categories, best community support, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, and No Man's Sky. Best independent game, Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Divulge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. Best debut indie, Cocoon, Divulge, Pizza Tower, Vibrant, and Viewfinder. Best mobile game, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, Hong Kong Star Wheel, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Monster Hunter Now, not later.
Go on.
Terra Neil, Best VR AR Game, Gran Turismo 7, Humanity, Horizon Call the Mountain, Resident Evil Village VR, and Sapoli, I think that's how you say it. Interesting time. All right. Next up, we have best multiplayer presented by Discord. By the way, be sure to look in the description below for our new Discord that I just made for us. Yeah, you'll like it. Plugins aside, we have the best multiplayer predictions that we predicted.
Let's see what we predicted.
Okay, so Ethan predicted Fortnite, Baldur's Gate 3, Street Fighter 6, Crash Team Rumble, Exoprimal. I predicted Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and JR predicted Sonic Superstars and Mortal Kombat 1. Okay, so Ethan was right on 2 of those titles, and I was right on 1 of them. So JR unfortunately didn't win this time, sadly.
Right.
All right. So, best multiplayer is Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. All right, JR, which one do you predict is going to win best multiplayer?
I'd say the toughest ones are Mario Wonder and Baldur's Gate 3.
They're pretty good.
Those are like the 2 top competitors. Since I have been hearing a lot of good things about Baldur's Gate 3, so I'll have to see gameplay on that. But for now, I picked Mario Bros. Wonder.
Gotcha. Okay.
Very good.
Good prediction. I do think that he does make a point. Online multiplayer is definitely a big thing nowadays. Especially during COVID, that was a big thing. But now that we're past it, it is become even more bigger and more demanded than ever. So I definitely think Baldur's Gate 3 has a good chance. Diablo 4, I have barely heard anything of, even since launch of this title. So I mean, safe to say it's probably not going to win. Probably not going to win this one. Party Animals is the same thing. Now, Street Fighter 6, I will say that the open betas were pretty stable for something. So, for a beta, and probably the most stable I've had, and that's coming from me. But that said, I definitely think that Super Mario Bros. Wonder will definitely take this one because it's Mario. It doesn't have the exact online co-op people are hoping for, but it is an interesting take that I'm not used to seeing. So definitely think that credit is due as credit is due. And multiplayer is always big and local anyway, so I definitely think that one's going to take it. What about you, Ethan N?
I do know about Baldur's Gate and Diablo 4, but I say Diablo 4 does not have a chance, in my opinion, as well, since I never heard of it that much due to what happened between Microsoft Fallout Activision deal, of course, but right now, I would say this. It is going to be between Street Fighter 6 and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. But honestly, I'm going to go off and go with what you guys predicted. Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
Ooh, good choice. All right, next up, most anticipated game. Now, this is stuff that's coming out.
We can predict.
Yes. Now, this is stuff that's coming out next year. And, of course, because we have to base this off of trailers and stuff that we've seen since then, most anticipated games would be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth from Square Enix, which is supposed to launch February of next year. Hades 2 from Supergiant Games, I have not heard too much of since the initial announcement. Like a Dragon Infinite Laugh, now given that both Like a Dragon games just dropped on Game Pass, it still is fresh in people's minds, so we'll have to see what happens there. Star Wars Outlaws, is it just me or am I not feeling this one? And then Tekken 8. And then Tekken 8, believe it or not, Tekken 8 just dropped its last trailer, I think, for its base game roster. So I definitely think that one definitely has one. But we'll start with you, Jart. What do you think is going to be the winner of most anticipated game?
I am going with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh,
Good one.
Interesting. Any reason why?
Well, because before this game comes out, there's another RPG, a JRPG, that's also a remake, and it comes out in the same month as Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, just a few weeks earlier. So people are got the grind. So if people are fans of that game, which by the way is Persona 3 Reload, and if people are fans of JRPGs, and there's two of them coming out in the same month, and you kind of know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the reason why.
Yep. Fair enough. But yeah, those are some good reasons. All right, Ethan N. You've heard a good chunk about these titles. Well, probably one or two.
Of course I do.
So, what's your prediction?
All right. So I'm gonna go up the games. What I know so far, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This is pretty much after you play Final Fantasy VII Remake, which they're trying to either reimagining from the original titles. But I know there's some people out there who are really controversial about it. But however, the trailer, it does look like it's going to take place after you go off from Midgar, which is definitely not a spoiler. It just shows like the beginning of like the plot of the second part of the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So this is not too much of a spoiler. This is just something that people have to keep this in mind. So yeah, and as a fact, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth actually won in this category on the Golden Joystick. So believe it or not, it won the first time in history for Final Fantasy VII. More or less, I could be wrong though. So yeah, and as for Hades 2, I don't know if this is actually a sequel from the first, or they're just calling it number 2 just with a new character. I mean, yeah, I do know about Hades. I'm gonna say right now, as JR did try out Hades as well, the first game. I think Hades is definitely interesting indie I have seen in a long time. So it is really hypeful. And like a dragon, an infinite wealth. Yes, I think I know about Yokosa, something like that, but not something like this. And
fun fact for you, buddy. Like a Dragon is Yakuza. Sega changed the name for the U.S.
I see. All right, so I don't know much about that one, but I'm sure it's almost the same thing as the previous title, but I don't think I heard much about it, unfortunately.
Makes sense. You wouldn't unless you were in the Sega circles.
Oh, you mean were they hyped about it?
Oh yeah, people are definitely excited about it.
Ah, that makes sense. Star Wars Outlaws. Ooh, I guess I just don't hear as much, unfortunately.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars Outlaws. It looks like it was made by Disney.
Wow!
Ow!
Ow!
Harsh, but fair. Very fair.
I say fair too.
But yeah, that's not boding well for the game. I'm going to be fair here. That said, though, I don't think it's gonna win highly anticipated game. Star Wars. A lot of us are still skeptical after what happened with Battlefield 1 and 2 in general, and Ubisoft making this game just means it's probably not gonna have too much substance to it.
Yeah, there's no way it's gonna win. So, other than that, that's not much for me to say on this one.
Oh,
and considering the reputation Star Wars has had in terms of the movies. This looks, like I said, this looks like something Disney would make.
Unfortunately.
Only as a bad TV show, but the game.
Yes.
Yes, sadly. All right. And then Tekken 8, which, believe it or not, Ethan actually does have plenty of experience.
Yes. And the times when I play the game, there are some crazy moments I have with some fighters. There are some pretty good players out there. And I was able to meet up a friend on there, which is nice. And I do find this person, I cannot say the name, actually is a big fan of Tekken. So that kind of really helps me to know what this person thought of the series. So that's good.
Well, that's good. That's good. But yeah, Tekken 8 is also coming very soon. Right before Final Fantasy actually is releasing in January. So there's going to be some pretty big heavy hitters in the first half of the month. Will it beat out Tekken 7 and win back some fans' trust? We'll have to see how the arcade mode and the story mode bode, of course. But from what I've heard from fans, it definitely seems that people are excited for this one.
Which is good news. So, for right now, I'm going to go off the winner of this category since Final Fantasy VII Rebirth won from the Golden Joysticks. I say it could happen here as well. So I give it to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I will also go with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because, let's be fair here. A lot of people like Final Fantasy seven, so I would not be shocked if it definitely walked away with that. All right, we are getting to the near end of things, so I'm gonna go with some more real quick categories before we head back to best audio design and then finally our game of the year.
Yes.
All right, so we have. Hold on a second. Best. We have best ongoing game, which is Aspect Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact, Games for Impact, A Space for the Unbound, Charts of Sunna, Goodbye Volcano High, Taki, which I didn't play, Taylor Neal, and then Velvet. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry if I butcher some of these names. Not exactly good with pronunciation until I hear it myself. Innovation and accessibility goes to games are Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat 1, and then Street Fighter 6. Best performance, we have Ben Starr, who voiced in Final Fantasy 16. Cameron Morganhin, who voiced in Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Albus Ilbis Adla, who also is the voice of movie Knuckles, by the way. Right? For Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, Marty Lubada, who voiced in Alan Wake 2, Neil Newborn, who voiced in Baldur's Gate 3, and then, of course, Yo Lully, who, as many of you know, may know as the voice of a certain prince from a certain RPG series, is also in Marvel's Spider-Man 2, who he's the voice of Spider-Man. So yeah, all right. Best audio design. We are getting back around to this, and then we are going to get to our Game of the Year choices. So, best audio design nominees: Alan Wake 2, Dead Space Remake, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, and Resident Evil 4. All right.
Okay.
Jart, your prediction.
I'm gonna go with Hi-Fi Rush.
Fair enough.
Good one.
Fair enough. All right, you, Ethan, then?
I'm going to have to go with what Jart said, Hi-Fi Rush as well.
I'll go with Hi-Fi Rush as well, then. All right, and now it's time for our Game of the Year category. So, here's what we had in terms of this prediction, is because this one's a little different. For this prediction, we predicted what games were going to be in there and what the actual lineup would be for the Game of the Year. So, our predictions first of what we predicted the games are: Ethan predicted Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Starfield, Armored Core 6, and Baldur's Gate 3. I predicted Super Mario Wonder and that one game that shall not be mentioned. JR predicted Spider-Man 2, Final Fantasy 16, and Lies of P. in terms of the prediction for the lineups, Ethan, tell them your prediction.
All right, so my prediction for the lineups at the time, of course. So I predicted Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom to be nominated, Final Fantasy 16 to be nominated, Baldur's Gate 3 to be nominated, and Super Mario Wonder to be nominated. I will say this. Huh?
What were you gonna say? Sorry, Ethan.
I'm sorry, I thought there was an interruption.
That's okay.
Anyway, back to what I'm saying. Okay, so I'll say this much. I got 3 right, but 1 wrong. But I'll have to go off and say my thoughts about the nominations to get it done. I think I heard some interruptions.
Yeah, apologies about that.
All right. Anyway, what I'm about to say here is get my thoughts over with. All right, just don't put your pitchforks at me for it. This is my honest opinion.
Hold on a second, my friend. Let's wait until we talk about the actual nominees first.
Okay.
All right. Jr, what was your prediction for your lineup?
My prediction was Tears of the Kingdom, Lies of P, Super Mario Wonder, and Starfield.
Nice.
And let me just say, I'm glad that 2 of these games did not make it to the final.
Yep. As for me, I predicted Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Final Fantasy 16. And okay, so we all view. So, I'm gonna say this before I go over the official nominees. All of us got the 2 of those right, at least. There's 1 across all of these, and I'm pretty sure you guys can guess which one that is. There's 2 across all of these, and I'm pretty sure you guess which 2 those are that we got right. But our nominees are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. So, in terms of the prediction of the lineups, we all got Tears of the Kingdom right. We all got Super Mario Bros. Wonder right. We did not get what we did not get right was Sea of Stars, Lies of P, Final Fantasy 16, and then Starfield. And then Ethan also predicted Baldur's Gate 3 as well. So all of us got the Nintendo games right, and Ethan got Baldur's Gate 3 right. Everything else, we pretty much were off.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
So
I'll be honest. If I heard of Baldur's Gate 3 earlier, I would have added this. I would have added it into my predictions.
Hey,
if I heard of it.
Hey, that's totally fair, man. That's totally fair. But yeah. Okay, Ethan, and now you can go ahead and speak your thing. And again, please hold your pitchforks, guys.
This is just my own opinion. Please, just hear me out for a second. Okay, so let's just say this much. I thought that Final Fantasy 16 is gonna make it in, but however, I hate to be honest with you, but I'm kind of mixed about the nominations. But I'm actually glad that two Nintendo games were on this one, so I'm glad about this one. But what I also don't understand is why Final Fantasy 16 is not in there. It had the best shot to be in the Game of the Year nominee, but to be honest with you, this might be the critics' choice that they want to put Spider-Man 2 over Final Fantasy 16. And I'm like, come on. Why do you have to do that to me? And I just don't get how they would do that. Why would they do this?
I don't honestly get it either, buddy. I'm not trying to diss Marvel Spider-Man or Insomniac, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure the game is well deserving of Game Awards. Out of all the games this year, though, that I've heard of, talked about, it's the one that got drowned out by Mario and Sonic in the same weekend / week that both games launched, and Sonic launched 3 days before Mario Wonder and Spider-Man did. So that should tell you all you need to know.
Yup, and I try to wonder why Final Fantasy 16 wasn't in this nomination. Well, I mean, me and MC, we did talk about this before, but I get where his points are at. He says that because this would be unfair since this is by the people who are knowing this creator of the Final Fantasy 14 and 16. I think it's either director or creator, whichever you think. It's his name is Yoshimura, and this guy was originally doing the Dragon Quest game before he took over for Final Fantasy 14. So he made the Final Fantasy reputation absolutely great from his previous mistakes. So, and here we are today. Yoshimura, you made your honor. You did so well. But unfortunate, the critics decided they didn't want to put your game in there. So, well, oh well. Snooze, you lose, I guess.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons I make. I don't mean anything to Final Fantasy 16 fans. Really. I do, 14 fans. I do think the game is definitely well deserved of all the community awards it gets. Heck, it's even coming to Xbox finally next year. But I guess if you want to go off of small theories why it didn't make it in there, I just feel like maybe Final Fantasy the team probably felt like it would not be fair to all the other game awards since it is being led by a game who did Final Fantasy 14, which is positively acclaimed online, and that may have possibly skewed the votes a little, or might have skewed the votes a little if it was in there. And Final Fantasy is also massively popular compared to some of these titles, such as Baldur's Gate 3 and Alan Wake 2, which I have only heard of until recent years. I have heard of Alan Wake in passing, but not as much as this year.
Right.
And Baldur's Gate 3, I have not really heard all that much until this year too. So, yeah, that's just one of my theories. I could be 100% wrong. There were so many other games, and something had to get snubbed too. So that's another reason why I said it. But for all I know, I could be 100% wrong. But yeah.
Yes, and Baldur's Gate 3, I think the reason why it's in there from tons of nominations because this is like really popular among with these PC fans. And just don't forget, guys, this is based off of Dungeons and Dragons.
Which is also, as a lot of you know, very big. Heck, they even had a huge controversy earlier this year. Yeah, I believe. So, to the point where it trended on Twitter. So I dare say that why it isn't talked about, Dungeons and Dragons is definitely bigger than a lot of us think. For Baldur's Gate 3 to even be in the category of Game of the Year is kind of a big thing too, since, like I said, I barely heard about this series before. So I am interested to see what this game is like if I ever get my chance to actually play it. So.
Speaking of that, there's some good news though. I did find out that the physical copy of Baldur's Gate 3 is coming to PS5, so there's going to be a physical version coming soon. That's what I found out.
Exactly. So we'll be able to buy it in stores soon. I'm not sure if it's on Xbox though. I'll have to take a look at that later. But yeah, Baldur's Gate. But yeah, those are nominees for Game of the Year. And a little bit of side thing of why we think 16 didn't make it in.
Sorry for that, guys, but I just had to throw in my tiny little rant, and that was it.
Yeah. Other than that, this is the first, by the way, guys, for those who don't know, Ethan hasn't been watching the Game Awards in recent years. This is the first time that Ethan isn't all that upset about the nominees.
Nah, not this time around at least. I mean, maybe I was little like mixed about it, but other than that, well, this time around I wasn't as upset as I was in those previous years. So I guess I'll give it a rewatch again all these years just for the sake of it. But I gotta promise myself, don't get too worked up. Even if the game you want to win, that doesn't always mean it's always gonna win. So I gotta keep that in mind.
Very much so, buddy. I always say that too. But yeah, so our predictions for the winners. All right, Jart, what's your prediction?
Well, my prediction for the winner is Tears of the Kingdom. Now, like I said earlier, if I've heard of Baldur's Gate 3 earlier, then I would have picked it if I played it. But since I haven't heard much about it, I went with Tears of the Kingdom. And yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. All right, Ethan N., what did you predict for the winner?
All right, so obviously from the previous video, I did predict that Legends of the Tears of the Kingdom is gonna win, but okay, so I'm gonna have to tell you guys, as is recording, Baldur's Gate did win 7 awards, including Ultimate Game of the Year and PC Game of the Year. So I'm gonna tell you right now, Baldur's Gate. If Baldur's Gate can win the tons of awards, just like the previous one, it could happen here as well. So that's just my gut instinct for this time, guys. So even if I go off predicting other games, but that's just because, well, it could be different. Who knows? But my gut instincts still say that it could still dominate the awards, just like last one did, sort of ish. But hopefully not, though, for the sake of it. But
no, you
what's
continue.
that?
You continue.
All right. So for as my winner, I'm gonna stick to what I said earlier. But I will say this: I'm hoping Smart Wonder will win this one, just for the sake of it, because we haven't seen the 2D Mario game to win a Game of the Year of all the lifetime ahead of us. So, honestly, I'm going to predict that Legends of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom will still take it. Even if Baldur's Gate 3 will still have a chance to dominate it.
Yeah, that's a fair prediction. All right. Speaking of Super Mario Bros. Wonder, that is actually my prediction for the win. For 2 reasons. One, all these games have one thing in common. Guess what that is? Yep, they're all 3D. And this is a Mario, also technically 3D in some sense, is a 2D side-scrolling Mario game. So I do think that in this landscape, to see a 2D Mario game, the last time I even saw anything remotely 2D for Mario make it into the game of the year was Mario Maker back in 2005 5, and that was years ago. So
You mean 2015?
15. Thank you. Sheesh, I get those mixed up all the time. But that said, to see it, this one has a much bigger chance. Not only would it be a huge surprise if it won, but that would mean that Mario has a lot more staying power than a lot of people give Mario credit to 2D or 3D wise. Not to mention Zelda already won with Breath of the Wild, so I'm not gonna lie, I really kind of don't hope that Tears of the Kingdom wins. I love the game, don't get me wrong, and I do think it's fun. But it would be nice to see the mascot of the company of that game in the first place actually win something. I mean, Mario's had a pretty good year this year, so it would be nice for him to actually wrap up with winning an award for his latest game. But I'm not gonna push my bet. Not gonna push it. Zelda is also very much extremely popular, as well as the other titles on this list. So I would not be surprised if one of the others won. That being said, we do need to keep an eye on Baldur's Gate 3. It definitely did win all those awards at the Golden Joystick, so there is a very good chance it could sneak in and steal the win from Zelda. But we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and if it wins, we can try out the game.
Oh yeah, totally. I definitely think that's something we should do.
Which I was planning on it before you guys mentioned. So, so I got some good news and the bad news, though. The good news is I can even try it on the PS5. Well, I forget if you could try it on the Xbox, too, but let me double check just in case, because I could either be seeing things, or I may be right. I'm not sure, but obviously this was on the PC first, obviously. Let's see. Give me a second. Just a quick second. Yes, it is going to be on Xbox Series, but it didn't say what. It just said 2023, but it didn't say when, unfortunately. So I would keep your eye out for that, Xbox owners. Let's see. So, anyway, back to what I'm saying. I got good news. It is on PS5, but the bad news is, you have to purchase it through digitally for $70. Well,
yikes!
That's what I found out on my research.
Ooh, that's a big jump. I might have to think about that one, even if it does come, even if and when it does come to Xbox, because that's a little much for even me.
If it comes to Xbox, we can just download it with Game Pass. So.
Oh, right. I think it is supposed to be coming to Game Pass. I think.
Wait, is?
I have to double check again, but yeah, I think so.
If it does, then that saves us money.
Oh, let's hope so, man. Otherwise, that's $70 I'm gonna have to fork over some time down the road, which I won't mind really, but it's probably gonna be a digital purchase and a discount. Before I get around.
I don't know if it's. Oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
But yeah, so definitely plan to check out Baldur's Gate. But yeah, if it does win, that would be interesting. And now. The last thing we do before we close the video, reactions to the Game of the Year winners. So, I'll let Ethan go first on the reaction of each of these Game of the Year winners.
Alright, so my reactions to all of them, if I see Rain Wake 2 wins, I'll be like, okay, congrats. And if I see Baldur's Gate 3 wins, I'll be like, wow, isn't that obvious it's going to happen? Here we go again. Last of Us Part 2 repeat. But in the positive.
Oh, no.
What?
Here's the thing. At least Baldur's Gate 3 is an actual good game.
He's got a point
Yes.
there. He's got a point there.
Oh, I know, but I'm just going off how I would react, and this is expression, believe it or not. This is just expression, okay? This is what I remember all these years as a gamer who knows what I see. So, of course, I have to express that. Anyway, back to the point. If I see Marvel Spider-Man 2 wins, I'll be like, all right. I won't be as bitter because this is only 8 games. I like that company, so I brush that one off. As for Resident Evil 4 wins, the remake, I'll be like, congratulations, Capcom, but you're so darn lucky that you beat a high anticipated game in the category. And if Super Mario Bros. Wonder wins, I'm gonna be like, wait, what? That's all I would say.
I think a lot of people will be like that, but to believe it or not.
Yes. And as for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and I'll be like, wow. Talking about the curse of the sequels, beating the other games like God of War and Horizon Forbidden West. Those are highly able to suppress its processors. So, wow, that's something. So, I would say the 2 Nintendo games will deserve this, for my opinion, but I got a feeling Baldur's Gate 3 will definitely dominate this if they did in Golden Joysticks.
All right, your turn, JR. Your reaction to all these winners if they win.
Okay. Okay, so I didn't quite really have much of a reaction when I saw it, when I saw the winners. But here are my thoughts. Alan Wake 2, okay. That's just it, okay.
That's me too on that one.
Yeah, that's
fair. Spider-Man 2, all right. I'm actually surprised it's on here, considering what I saw in terms of the costumes. Oh boy, don't get me started with the costumes in the game. Because a lot of them are ridiculous. But okay. Resident Evil 4, another remake. That's it. I'm just done with remakes.
Fair enough.
Baldur's Gate 3, if that wins, okay, I'll try out the game. I will try out the game. See if it's good as people say it is. Well, it's definitely gotta be good since it'll win. Since it won like a lot of rewards, as Ethan said. So yeah, that should be. Can't wait to try out that game.
Mm-hmm.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder. That is a dub for Nintendo. That is the biggest dub ever. And Tears of the Kingdom. I gotta say, the same thing, like I said with Mario, a dub for Nintendo, because Nintendo has been doing so well this year, unlike PlayStation, which only has do you see this one game, only one official PlayStation title that made it here, and And for Xbox, oh, where was Starfield? Not in this list. That's where Starfield is.
Ow!
It's you know where Starfield is? It's stuck in its loading screen, but it failed to catch up.
Yep. Yep.
Harsh, but fair. All right. But yeah, Nintendo has been doing super good this year, so either one's gonna be a dub for Nintendo. But yeah, those are gonna be actions or thoughts there, Jart. All right, my turn. All right, so if Alan Wake 2 wins, yeah, that's literally my reaction. If Baldur's Gate 3 wins, I'll be like, okay, if it won at the Game Awards over Mario, Zelda, and freaking Mario, there's gotta be something about this game that makes people tick. That's how what I've heard, of course. So yeah, I gotta play this then. If Marvel,
Instant download.
what?
Instant download.
Instant download, pretty much, yeah. If Marvel Spider-Man 2 wins, I'll be like, really? I mean, no offense to Spider-Man, guys, but really? This game? Come on, man. Everything I've heard about this game contradicts even for those who do like it. I like it and love
I
it.
heard the game isn't that long if you just play the story.
Yeah, that I've heard too. And even then, I've heard some things about said story that make people want to prefer the first one over this one. So I can't exactly blame them. But yeah, I'll just facepalm a little. I don't want to say that Spider-Man does not deserve any game awards. That I do not want to say. I just don't think it's Game of the Year material. Yeah, guys, come on. Let's be honest here. If Resident Evil 4 wins, well then, I vastly underestimated the power of the 2000s horror games for sure. And I probably need to suck up being scared silly and just play it.
Pretty much.
if Mario Wonder wins, this will be my mouth. Say what? You tell me a 2D Mario game beat out all these 3D games?
And Baldur's Gate, which is the popular of the PC community.
And beat Zelda? Man. If people said Mario does not have staying power, if people don't say that why Mario's getting so many games next year, this is why. He has staying power, guys. And then if Zelda wins, I'll be like, what, were you expecting more? That's it. Just a single clap. I love Zelda. Don't get me wrong. And Tears of the Kingdom is great, but come on, man. And Full Wonder Mario at least. Sheesh. The guy's the literal mascot of Nintendo, for crying out loud. But no, give it to the silent sword wielder twice in a row.
Yep.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But I won't be mad. Zelda still does deserve it, but come on, guys. Please just give it to Mario. Mario for once, I beg. But yeah.
I can never. I'll say this: Zelda does not deserve a live action movie.
Oh yeah, you hit about
It doesn't taste well in my mouth. No.
Yeah, that much is for sure. We'll probably do a discussion video about that another time. But for those who don't know, Zelda got a live action movie announcement just a couple of days ago, with Sony financing it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, this is going to be a whole different discussion video for another day. But safe to say, I'm worried. Officially worried. Oh, dear Lord. But yeah, that's all for today's prediction video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry it was so long, but we had so much to talk about with this one. And honestly, I gotta say I'm feeling pretty optimistic about this game and what's in terms of stuff. Now, obviously, I don't have any predictions for games that are going to be announced there outside of Grand Theft Auto 6, which obviously is probably 100% going to be an announcement. But yeah, anything else to say before we wrap up, JR and Ethan?
Oh, I am currently editing my. Oh my god, I forgot what part this even is, but I'm currently editing another part for Breath of the Wild, and I'll get that out as soon as possible.
Right.
And I'll continue on, with the game as well for the next 3 days. So yeah.
Nice. Well, that's good to know, JR. So yeah, I expect another Breath of the Wild part coming soon. What about for you, Ethan? Anything else to say?
Of course. I do have like one video that is coming soon, which MC forget to upload to the channel. That'll be one of those Text Rangers and Arizona Diamondbacks gameplay for the NBL The Show 23. Put it in some what is it? Just pretty much like expire in real life, I guess. So yeah, so that is also coming eventually, and I will tell you great news right now, guys. I will tell you the news really fast, and I got some news. I'm almost officially gonna beat Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker, the last ever expansion pass story.
Until asterisk, before summer 2024.
Yes, so also eventually, don't quote me on it yet, but this is in the to be announced or in the question mark. There is a possibility that I might be doing a Final Fantasy 14 review, including all the packs just came out.
And of course the upcoming one, of course. But yeah, that's something that Ethan has told me he wants to do, so look forward to that as well. And as for yours truly, as you guys already saw, I did just finally get around to posting the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC for the final wave of DLC that we got. Based wave, by the way. And honestly, I am still working on some Mario Kart stuff in the background, but I do want to get around to some edit videos as well. So while I continue to work on that, I'll get some edit stuff done. But look forward to seeing more Mario Kart in the future as we properly say goodbye to this game. I actually just finished wrapping up some gameplay for the Wii U version. Ugh. Let me tell you guys, I did enjoy going back to play the tracks again. But my gosh, I do not miss the battle modes in that game, and you guys are about to see why we even hate that version so much. But yeah, all right, that's all for now. This is yours truly, Music Clues.
Ethan, signing out.
JR logging out.
And y'all have a nice
gaming day.
See ya.
Bye.